Broadcasting from Watts Creative Studios and live on Grove Street FM. You're listening to Talk Local to Me, brought to you by the Central Virginia Business Coalition.
Hi, welcome to Talk Local to Me. We are back this week. Heather has come back from retirement. So I just pointed to her and was like, let me talk first because I want to be able to pick on you a little bit. So,
Disney retirement.
Yes. So I am Mike Norfield with the Visiting Angels of Lynchburg.
And I am Heather Alto with the Central Virginia Business Coalition. I'm not used to going second. So, wow.
I know. What do you do
Look
now?
at me.
So, yeah, we're excited. We had a great episode last week. And not just because Heather wasn't here, but because we had two great guests on, my favorite. And I have to tell you, so we had Ashley from Sweet Indulgence. No, Ashley from Sweet Indulgence. And, you know, I've talked about her Pop-Tarts all the time. So I actually ordered some we had a little Christmas breakfast at work. Mm-hmm. And in my office, Ashley is known as the Pop-Tart lady now because I ordered from her and picked them up from the Forest Farmers Market, which I hadn't been to that in a while. There were a lot of vendors.
So nice.
Oh, what a great space in our community to see local vendors. Met a lot of new people. Mm-hmm. Saw some amazing artists there, things like that. So that was a great time. But then we had those Pop-Tarts and to tell you that they were a hit, I ordered 20. We had about 6 of them went to my family Christmas because my sister was in town and she had to taste these. So she tried those. The whole family liked them. And then I went to go get one yesterday afternoon. We had a party yesterday morning and my son came over. He was doing some work at the office and he's like, we have a rule in our house. You can have whatever you want. You just, if it's something that's like kind of like mine or something that I really like, just don't take the last one. Right. Mm-hmm. That's always my rule. Don't take the last one because you got to tell me. It's kind of like, don't empty the milk and then put the milk back in the refrigerator.
Right.
Like, tell me so that we can get more things like that. Well, he came in, he goes, can I break the rule? Can I eat this last Pop-Tart? I'm like, last Pop-Tart? There were like a whole bunch in there and they were all gone. So apparently all my staff really enjoyed the Pop-Tart. So yeah, just want to give a shout out to Ashley and how easy it was to do the ordering and pickup too.
Had anything that Ashley has made that has not been delicious.
I mean, you know, it's all fantastic.
Well, she made my daughter's birthday cake.
Yeah, with
last year with the giraffe on it because everyone knows my youngest is obsessed with giraffes. And so she made me this amazing giraffe birthday cake for her and it was delicious. And I had so many people asking me like, where in the world did that cake come from?
Right.
So I was telling everybody, but you know.
Yeah, we were talking about her Star Wars cake. She made a Death Star cake and Woody and I were both intrigued.
Yes.
You know, I don't even care what it tastes like. It just looked beautiful and was, you know, the taste was with you. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Awesome. So we have an extra special guest today.
We do.
Should we introduce her?
I mean, we can.
Okay, well, we'll do it later. We'll just skip that and come back.
I thought y'all were talking about me. That's fine.
No,
we do have the wonderful Woody Watts that I almost dropped my phone earlier today when I saw the teaser for today's show, and there's a picture of Woody standing in a doorway. I joke that every picture he posts to Facebook is a thirst trap. So
wait a minute, I need to look this up.
Oh, did you not see that?
No,
I thought you did it.
Shows no. Oh, I'm gonna look.
Wait, they're putting up random photos of you.
Introduce your special guest. I don't want to steal this.
Our special guest today is
our special guest today, and I'm really excited to introduce her. Is Megan Boone, and she is the new office coordinator at the Central Virginia Business Coalition, and I am extremely happy to have her. She started yesterday. I threw her straight into the fire. We went straight to a networking event and I made her talk to people.
And she was coming. She was coming to see the podcast today and didn't know that we were going to be like, have a seat. You'll be talking today.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hey.
I'm
so
happy
to have you here.
A little spur of the moment, but
yep. Well, I wanted her to come in and kind of see what we do here, so that when you're talking to members and different things, you can say, hey, I've been on and I know what's kind of what to expect. And so, but I want to everybody learn a little bit about Megan. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you want people to know? Thousands and millions of listeners to know.
See, I'm married. I have 2 kids. I love anything and everything local. So this is new to me. So I'm very excited to come here today with you guys. And I'm excited to do all the fun stuff and the networking and getting to meet all new people.
And I will say, a lot of people, either you like networking, you like to talk to people, or you don't. It's kind of, and so I was like, okay, we're gonna go into this event yesterday. I mean, she killed it. I mean, I walked off and she's still over there just chatting and mingling, and it was like not.
She out-talked you?
No, well, I won't say she out-talked me, but it wasn't like, you get around people that they'll cling to you. You know what I mean? Like if they don't know what they're doing, they feel like they have to constantly be like, here's Heather, and here's Megan right behind me because she doesn't kind of know what to do. Nope. she was off and running and talking and being helpful and kind of just jumped right in. And so
I love new people and new things, and I love it.
Well, you're in for a treat this Friday, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And the delegate lunch
the delegate luncheon tomorrow. Yeah, I can't wait for that. I've already got my gift wrapped and ready to go.
So this is how I keep her here. This is how I want her to stay with us. Yesterday, we had a Christmas breakfast. And then I'm like, and tomorrow we've got a Christmas lunch. And then Friday, we're all day Christmas coffee talks and jingle mingles. And so after her first week of feeding her and
I got a Chick-fil-A breakfast, like even the parfaits yesterday.
Oh.
Every time you say parfait, it makes me think of Donkey from Shrek. Everybody loves a parfait.
I got my gift for tomorrow too.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Did get that last night.
So it was exciting.
I'm excited. I have a traditional gift for the delegate meeting every year now, so it's fantastic.
You know
Same
what?
thing every year.
If you go to the Visiting Angels Facebook page, just search for Visiting Angels in Lynchburg. There's actually a picture of it.
Did you see it, Woody?
I started putting shelves up in my office, and we have quite a few awards. I never miss a chance to say that. And started putting up shelves to put those up yesterday, and I had an award that was just handy just to test to make sure the shelf was going to hold. So
Heather has quite a few awards, minus one, which is currently sitting on a shelf in the Visiting Angels.
I don't know. But last year, Heather was gifted at her family Christmas. Let me tell you how sneaky I am, Woody. At her family Christmas, she opened a gift, and it was her award that she didn't even know was missing from her office. So
those are the best gifts.
This year, Heather was talking to me on the phone, and she's like, "Wait, where's my award?" I'm like, "What award?" So she actually noticed while she was on the phone.
Well, because he made the mistake of taking the turquoise one. All the rest of them are just regular standard awards. Then the one that's got the turquoise backing on it was gone. And I was like, no, it's missing.
Yep.
But at least you had a good family Christmas without anything being stolen from your home.
I did. It was great.
Because retaliation was, I stole from his home.
Oh,
yeah.
She started it.
I did start it. We were at a party last year for Christmas and at his house, and we stole like individual items from his house.
From my serial killer Christmas
and I
tree,
wrapped
a
it
couple
up
letters from my jingle bells.
Gave it to him for Christmas.
Yep, at the delegate party. So the tradition continues this year. So, I am going to be, I'm going to see if you can figure it out. But the two gifts that are in the box have to go together. So.
Oh, you took something else?
No, I got an actual gift. Like, I'm not just going to give your award and then be like, I didn't really buy anything. Somebody stuck with this. But
I'm going to let somebody know if they get my award, I want it back.
But we play Dirty Santa, and if it gets stolen twice, it's that, so you better make sure you better play with some strategy there.
No, I'll let somebody have it. I'll be like, go put it on your wall. If I see something else I like better.
That's fantastic.
Just kidding. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited to have Megan here. We've already been kind of throwing some ideas around about different things. And, she sat in with me on a member and sponsor, meeting yesterday. And so I think it's going to be a lot of good stuff coming up. So happy to have you here. And
I'm happy to be here.
Glad you're, with the CBABC.
Thank you.
So,
happy to be here.
And feel free to stay on and chat with us. And we have another guest coming in a little bit. But but I want to welcome. We have Miss Donna Four here with us today.
Hey, good to be here.
How are
Thanks
you?
for inviting me. I'm doing awesome.
Awesome.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you. Do you have a lot of Christmas plans coming up?
I'm flying home to Texas, so I'm going to see all my family out there.
Nice.
I haven't seen them in a few years because of COVID, so I'm excited. So
okay,
be a great trip.
Well, we have our coffee talk coming up this Friday, so hopefully everyone will be joining us except for Woody because he's leaving. Going to Disney.
Oh, he'd find any excuse to get out of coffee talk.
Ain't that the truth?
Listen, I love you
Disney's
all.
a good excuse, though.
I know. I do love everybody, though.
Well, I will say next Wednesday is my birthday episode, so you better be back for that.
Oh, birthday.
I want presents from Disney. I need a beignet from the French Quarter.
It'll be cold and hard, but it'll be fine.
Just kidding. But yeah, holiday coffee talk. If you're a business owner listening up and you're in our area, come and join us. I don't have to, I try and stress, you don't have to be a member of the Central Virginia Business Coalition to come join us at Coffee Talk. We want you to come out, see what we do, mix and mingle with all the other businesses in our area. And the holiday one is definitely a good one to come do that at.
Yeah, and this is a new thing. We usually don't do them in December, but we kind of put our heads together and thought this is a great way to spotlight our sponsors. So some of our sponsors will be setting up a table. Visiting Angels will be one of them.
Right.
I got to get that together before Friday. And but if you work for a business and the business owner is just kind of like, if they're like me and they're everywhere, so they don't have time to make it to the event, feel free to send somebody from your company to kind of check it out and feel it out for you. So We have a lot of people in our membership that come to the events that aren't the business owners, but they work in a business, especially with some of our larger businesses like banks and things like that. They just have representatives come, and it's a great way for people to learn about your business and for you to learn about other businesses that you can work alongside as well.
Right. And we will have, we're going to be at Amazement Square in downtown Lynchburg in the lower level. So it's their Genworth Education Center.
Yeah.
So we've got plenty of room, and there'll be some food, some coffee, and some giveaways. We're going to have some Christmassy giveaways, and really excited for it. So
sounds fantastic.
And then spend the whole rest of the day with me after that. So you're there from 8 to 10, and then we'd love for you, if you can't make it to Coffee Talk, we are hosting a Jingle Mingle open house at the Central Virginia Business Coalition offices from 1 to 3.
Okay.
And they're going to have a hot cocoa bar going, some more food. I believe there's a Dirty Santa thing happening at this event too. If you want to bring a small gift, not my awards, please. And, it's just another way to come out and meet others. And, if you're a member or if you're a non-member and you want to come learn more about what we do, we're right there at the office, so you can come and chat with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great time.
So
yeah.
Lots of fun. But we're going to go back over here to Donna.
Hey, I'm here.
Hey again. Because we want to learn more about what Donna does. Yes.
I'm Donna Ford with Mutual of Omaha Insurance. So I do insurance. I'm a retired Air Force officer. I spent 30 years in the U.S. Air Force. Went on 9 deployments, had 2 wars, and now my second career is in insurance. So I think because of being in the military and knowing the fragility of life as it is and how things can change so quickly, it made this insurance job really important to me, because a lot of people either don't have any insurance or they have very little. So try to help them customize a plan that suits their needs. So I'm really proud of what I do. And I think it's important that everybody, at least check on their insurance once a year, make sure everything's in good shape.
So first of all, I want to thank you for your service.
Thank you.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, and Mike wants to, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're fine.
To take that from me. But I do also want to just say, and before we kind of get into the insurance side of things, from a perspective of, the Central Virginia Business Coalition, Donna's been a member for years and a sponsor of a lot of our women's events. She is very much into, the betterment of, women's leadership and business and things like that. And so she's been very supportive with us in our Women's Empower event, and also with anything that has to do with with veterans. And I know that she's actually put on or helped with a lot of veterans events for women veterans and just in our area in general. So I kind of want to put that out there as well, that it's not just the insurance, but you're also very passionate about those sorts of causes as well.
Right. I do a lot of community service, with veterans, and I'm also in the Rotary Club, the Ruritan Club, the Lions Club. If there's a club, I'm in it. So, because I really believe in giving back. I think that's important. There's a lot of people out there that really need assistance at this time of year. So my Rotary Club does a lot of food boxes, and we rang the bell for the Salvation Army for several days. So it's just a good time to reconnect with your community and see the fact that there are a lot of people out there that need help, and we can do a lot for them this time of year.
Yeah.
So
yes.
That's fantastic.
So tell me a little bit about, the insurance, because there's different types of insurances.
Right.
And so tell us a little bit more about what you specifically work with.
Well, it's interesting. We just wrapped up the annual enrollment period for Medicare. So all those commercials you were saying about Medicare hopefully have started to die down a little bit. But that keeps a lot of insurance agents busy trying to get people enrolled in their Medicare plans. Other than that, I also work obviously in life insurance. I also do some aspects of health insurance in terms of cancer or heart attack and stroke plans. If your family has a history of those things, you can buy insurance that if you were to get diagnosed with those things, there's insurance to cover that. I also do disability insurance. A lot of people don't have that through their employer, or maybe they're self-employed and don't have disability coverage. Disability insurance basically covers your paycheck in the event that you're injured or disabled in some way and can't do your normal job. And it can go for years if necessary. So a lot of people don't have disability insurance, so I do that. I also do long-term care plans. Unfortunately, a lot of people at some stage of life will need help from another person, and it can get very expensive if it's done in a facility or even at home. So we have plans to design so that economically it doesn't devastate you and you don't have to deplete your assets to take care of yourself at home or in a facility. So I also work with folks on long-term care plans. But that's sort of my main lines of business is insurance, Medicare plans, long-term care plans, disability, and those health insurance plans, cancer plans and heart attack and stroke. And I do some, other, I actually help people look at their own plans to see what they have, because a lot of times people have bought an insurance policy a long time ago. They're not sure what they have. So I'll do a free eval for them and say, let's just take a look at what you got and see if everything's in good order. So I do a lot of that work just to, help people get some reassurance that they're okay.
Yeah. And we do. So I don't know if you know or not, I'm the director of the Visiting Angels in Lynchburg. So we provide in-home care. So when people come to us and they say they have long-term care insurance, it's a much easier decision for them. They are like, we definitely want to do this because I've got this benefit. I want to take advantage of it. And it's a lot easier because sometimes we run into families and they're like, well, I really need this care, but I've got to do a lot of budgeting and make sure that it's something that we can afford to do long term and things like that. And sometimes it's just short term care, and that's fine too. But if they're going to need care, pretty much for the rest of their life, and they want to stay home, if they have that policy, it makes a huge difference in the ease of getting everything set up, and it's a little more reassuring that they know that they're going to get reimbursed for a lot of the money that they put out for care. So
exactly, I'm very passionate about long term care because it affected me personally. Both my dad and my mother-in-law needed long-term care. And my dad didn't have a plan, but my mother-in-law had been sort of coerced into buying one when she was in her 50s, and it was very affordable. And then she came to live with us, and I took care of her at home for a while, but then her health declined to the point where it really wasn't safe for us to take care of her. So we transitioned her to assisted living. But even that small long-term care plan really did a lot of heavy lifting. It covered a lot of the expenses she had in the facility. So I urge people listening, if you've never thought about long-term care and what impact that can have on you or your family, book an appointment with me and we can talk about it, because it's not as expensive as you think. And it'll really be a benefit to your family, because they won't have to, like you were mentioning, they won't have to worry about where should I take mom or dad and how much is it going to cost. Your plan will basically take care of most of that for you.
So I was going to say, I think a lot of the plans that you're talking about with the long-term health and the short-term disability, and even health and life insurance, for example, are things that I feel a lot of people don't worry about. Like you get the homeowner's insurance, you get the car insurance, you get those sorts of things because you feel like, oh, I have to have those things. But then you sit back and you go, I just don't think I'm going to pay extra for the life or the short-term disability. And then when you need it, it's not there, or you can't get it because, you've either, you're older and then there's different things hoops you have to jump through to get those certain things. And I think, people need to understand that those are just as important as just your health and your life. I mean, your health and your car and your home.
Exactly. And I run into a lot of people who have, great, life insurance with their employer. And I say, great, take all the free insurance or benefits that your boss will offer you, but have something on the side, because your benefits might change at work. You may leave that position, you may retire, and then you'll have no life insurance. So it's important to have a backup to your employer benefits, because again, you may leave that job and then you won't have those benefits.
My husband and I have that conversation all the time, because I keep telling him he needs to get additional life insurance because we don't have additional. And he's always like, oh, I have insurance through my work. Right. But most employee plans are not going to pay out what you actually need should you pass on for your family to be able to use. Like it's normally like a base, a smaller level. So, you need to look at adding something to supplement it. And then right now, like we kind of gone through like a sort of a medical emergency with him in the past week, and he's going to have surgery. And from what we've understood with his surgery, he may be out of work 5-6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Well, we have no short-term disability. We don't have anything, I don't believe, that's going to help us with him. So he's like, luckily he has 5 weeks of vacation, but basically that means he's not going anywhere next year. I mean, Heather is, but I mean, he's staying at home. I don't know. I'll be at the beach. I'll send him a message, but no, I mean, in all honesty, like that's kind of right now we're sitting here going, what are we going to do next year? Because I'll be the first to admit we're one of those people that just didn't, move forward with getting some of the things that we need. And now we're, let us be your example.
Right.
Don't be Heather. Get your life insurance and short-term disability.
And the reality is none of us expect to get that kind of situation where we had a sudden accident or a sudden catastrophic illness, and then we're out of work for weeks. And I always ask people, how long could you survive without your income coming in? Well, I can't. Well, then we need to talk about at least some short-term disability, if not long-term. Because if you can't get survive, your family can't survive without your paycheck. and you're going to be disabled and you don't have any sort of, leave built up. Fortunately, your husband had his leave built up. Then you need something to, pay your salary while you're not at work, So.
Yeah. And I will say we're not as, fortunately too, my husband is also that person that squirrels away money to make sure he has so much in his account should he have to be out for a month or two.
Yeah.
So, I am kind of blessed in that. But, you sit there and you think, but if I had this, we wouldn't have to dip into that,
Right.
So it's kind of, just, it's definitely something I think people should look into with someone like yourself to see, how much is it really going to cost you a month? Is it worth it to have that peace of mind?
The other thing I stress to people, because I often have people that want to do research online and then just buy a policy off the internet. And I go, well, you should do your research there, but you should always work with an agent, because here's the way I feel about life insurance. Would you want your loved ones to dial a 1-800 number after you've died and be on hold for 20 minutes listening to bad music to report your death? Or would you rather call a human being and have them come over and help take care of things with you and file the claim for you? Because it's a big difference. I mean, this is not like buying shoes at Amazon. This is life insurance. You should probably deal with a professional and, get that kind of, person-to-person relationship with someone who's going to be basically, go into your family after you're gone to take care of things. So.
Yeah, it's a very good point, because you can, if you've got someone local that you can go and talk to, and person to person is always much better than, calling a 1-800 number. You've got someone who's not familiar with your situation. They don't even know if you really have a policy, or you've got to go through all this and making sure that you have all the paperwork. So we deal with long-term care insurance a lot, talking about that. I know you were talking about life insurance, but just insurance in general. When we call, it's a lot harder for us to get through to that 1-800 number than it is the family and things like that. So we actually had one family a couple of weeks ago that referred us to their agent, and the agent helped us get the information we needed. It was so much easier. Like it was now. So now, and we've actually changed our process when we ask about long-term care insurance and we kind of get that information to reach out to the company. We also ask, do you have a local agent, so that we can get them involved? Because a lot of times they'll be like, oh, just email the things to me and I'll take care of it. And that makes it easier on the family, because they usually have to try and take care of that. But they don't know, how to start a claim with the words they need to use and different things like that. So it can make it a lot easier.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep.
Yeah, just making it easier on the family is a big boon to having an agent.
Yeah.
Well, that's why, and I'm glad you even mentioned the fact about using local agents, because, with the Central Virginia Business Coalition, like our whole thing is about buying local and supporting local. And we're not just talking about retail. We're not just talking about going to a shop and supporting local. We're talking about, like you're saying, local agents, local contractors, local everything. Because if they go online, there's no Gecko General, Flo ain't coming out to help you. It's somebody here that's local that's going to be the one that you're dealing with.
Right.
And so if you just go online and kind of like shopping on Amazon, I know if I get something I don't want, it's easy for me to go back to a store and return it here locally. Going through the channels of returning stuff to Amazon or wherever else.
I have like 3 or 4
Etsy.
things in the back of my car right now that
Me too.
have to go to the UPS store.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm feeling that today.
Right.
I just downloaded my QR code to take it to UPS today.
Right.
Yes.
We all have that problem.
It's a pain.
Yeah.
We should just make the CBABC a drop-off point for UPS, and then Heather could just take it off for us.
Wow, that's a great idea.
She doesn't do anything.
And then when
anyway,
everyone
so
drops their stuff off with me, I'll be like, why didn't you shop local? And I'll hand them something and say, here, go to this store.
Oh, look
that's
at
a good
that.
point.
So yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's make me a drop off, because I'll make them feel bad when they come in. Hey.
Yeah. Don't buy those shoes on Amazon. Go over here to
Like,
this lady.
did you not
She
see?
sells shoes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So now if someone's interested in learning more about, how they can get started, what are kind of the steps they need to take?
In terms of getting in contact
Right.
with me?
In
Sure.
contact with you, or just even if they're looking at insurance, they just don't know what to do. Like they're just not kind of sure what they need, or,
Yeah, absolutely. I would encourage them to book a free appointment with me. I can do a free financial analysis for them and see where they might have some holes in their financial plans. And then we can discuss, some solutions if they want to go forward or not. Or if they just want to get some ideas and then come back later, that's fine too. But you have to kind of start with an assessment of where you're at. It's like starting a race, right? You have to know where the starting line is. So I need to know kind of where you're starting, and then, figure out what your goals are, and then what the plan is to get you to that goal. My phone number is 434-665-1434. I'm also on Facebook as Donna Mutual Omaha. I'm also on LinkedIn, same name, Donna 4. I'm also on Instagram and probably some other sites, but that's the main way to get a hold of me, is through either social media or just directly call me. Again, 665-1434. I have a website, but the URL is too long for me to try and give it to you over the show today. But if you Google my name, it should come up with Donna Four, Mutual of Omaha, directly to my website. So, but yeah, I'd love to talk to anybody that's interested in getting a free financial review and see if I can help you. So,
what are some of the things that people should kind of have ready, like financial? Like, do they need to have like their bank information? I'm assuming like and pay stubs, any of their assets. Is that sort of the things that people need to kind of look at when they're trying to decide what they're, what they're needing?
Yeah, that's a good start. Or if they already have existing life insurance, I'd like to look at their policies and see if they're in good shape. Also, if they have a 401k or an IRA or a Roth IRA, I'd like to take a look at those to see if those are performing at the right levels, because we do offer some retirement planning assistance at Mutual of Omaha. So if those are not doing what they expected them to do, we can either replace those things or add some additional sources of retirement income for it. A lot of people have, this is what I'm finding anyway with my practice, is a lot of people haven't planned for a 30-year retirement, right? We're living longer, but people's money's running out. Their 401ks did kind of wobbly this year, so they're a little scared. So we can sit down and show them, where's the best place to keep continuing to invest their retirement savings and then go forward from there. But it is important that people review their retirement plans. And if they have them at work, they may not have a dedicated professional to talk to. So I'd be happy to assist them by looking at their plans to see if I can offer some assistance. But it's important that you review your retirement plans, your life insurance, all those major benefits, right, that you have both at work and personally, so that I can take a look at them and decide, hey, you look great, I wouldn't change a thing, or there's a few things that you still don't have that maybe we can look at assisting you with, or maybe you've got something that's underperforming and we can replace it with something that's got a higher performing. Like right now, we have index universal life policies that are getting a tremendous internal rate of return. So for people that are looking to either invest money in a place that's safe, you can put it in your life insurance policy, and it's tax-free income when it pays out to you or your family. You don't have to pass away, to utilize your life insurance. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. With some permanent plans, you're able to use the money inside your policy while you're still alive. A lot of people think, well, life insurance is only going to benefit my family. No, if you have the right permanent plan, you can pull money out of that life insurance policy while you're still around. Now, here's an example. I had some clients that had permanent policies when COVID hit. They were mostly in the industries like hotel or restaurant or things like that, the hospitality industry, and they lost their jobs completely. They had no income coming in. Well, but they had a lot of money socked away inside of their life insurance policy. So they literally lived off the money from the life insurance policy until they got rehired. Unfortunately, they did, but that's a perfect example of having some money socked away in a safe place for a rainy day, because you never know when something's going to impact your employment or just your own health gets affected. So.
Right. And I have a life insurance policy that we provide to all of we offer it to all of our employees through our office. And it's a life insurance policy, but it has a critical care rider, meaning that if, something happens and I need home care, guess what? I can pull money out of that, up to 65% or whatever it is. I don't know all the details, but I know it's there somewhere. But I can pull money from that to pay for like in-home care, or if I needed to go into a facility or something like that, if I had something health-wise. And so you're right. It's not just, life insurance policies don't just pay out at death. They pay out for different events in life, and you want to make sure that you've got a policy that makes the most sense for you. So
absolutely, that's a great point too. You can have riders or additional benefits added to your plan that'll solve a lot of problems. Yeah, and it's really easy to do that. They don't usually cost very much. Yeah. I forgot to mention too, I do plans for employers. Those are discounted, obviously, because you're doing a group plan,
doing like a bulk
individual plan. We also do dental and eye insurance, vision insurance.
Okay. Do you sell train insurance?
Train insurance.
Train insurance.
Not that
the train just went by.
The train just went by. So I'm sure he's on an important mission. So.
Yes. It's delivering all of Heather's Amazon packages.
That's what's happening.
So
maybe it's got Santa's presence on it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's a question that I like to ask, two questions that I like to ask all of our guests that come on the Talk Local to Me podcast. And the first one is, how long have you been part of the CVABC?
I don't remember. It's really a lot of years.
A lot of years. I mean, I've been here going on 6, and I think Donna's been with me almost the whole
at least
time.
Yeah, because I was with you when I had my other company. So, yeah, at least 6.
Yeah. Okay. And what do you think is the greatest benefit of being a member of the CVABC?
Heather.
Yes, I knew it. Finally, somebody said it. No, I'm just
Heather?
kidding. I think somebody else has said
I
it.
knew I should have had you on last
Heather
week.
is
Yeah.
the big. I mean, she's just a firecracker. She knows everybody. She knows everything. I mean, if I call up and I say, "Have you ever heard of this? Do we have a company that?" "Oh yeah, I have just a guy for you. I'll give you his name and number." She's just an incredible resource, and she's got a passion for business.
She does.
You know, when you sit down with her, you realize she really loves business owners, and she'll move heaven and earth to help you with something. And that's, really vital to a business owner because we get stuck a lot and we have a lot of problems and we get scared and frustrated. But she can calm us down and say, "Oh, we'll work through this. We'll find you a solution. Don't worry about
And I'll say this too. I'm going to say something nice about Heather Woody. Can you edit this out?
She's gonna
I'll delete
cry.
this. I'll delete it immediately.
So during COVID, you heard a lot of people. If I hear the word pivot one more time, I'm going to scream. But Heather said something that was different from every other resource that I heard, and she said, "Now is not the time to stop marketing. Now is the time to do more marketing because." Just because we, and with our business, so we never closed during COVID because the business that we do, people relied on us. However, we did lose half our business in one day because we got shut out of facilities and things like that because of COVID. We've recovered it all 3 days later, but that was the second busiest week, Megan, just because we were talking about me moving my office the week of Thanksgiving and how smart that was. I is smart. But Heather said, now is the time to do more marketing, not less. So what we did is we tripled. I don't think we intentionally tripled. I think we were trying to double, but we tripled our marketing budget and started spending a lot more to kind of promote ourselves to people. And during COVID, we doubled in size over that 2020 year. We managed to double our office in size. So,
wow.
100%. She has a passion for this, and she doesn't always. How do I say this without saying that she's just like a rebel and goes the other way? But she doesn't always just like listen to, well, this is what everyone else is saying, so this is what I'm saying. If she feels like she has a good idea, she's willing to share it. She doesn't gatekeep success, to quote Sabrina.
Yep.
And she loves co-opetition. She loves to see people work together, even if they're in the same industry, be able to work together and serve our community. And you see all that come out because all the work that went into the parades lately and Centerfest and all those events that go to the community that, honestly, they're not really promoting local business as much as they are giving back to the community, but they're important events for our business owners and for our economy and community. And so she's passionate about all those, and she'd have to be passionate to spend all the time she does with the parades, especially, and things like that, and Centerfest out there at 3:00 in the morning, marking roads and all that stuff. So, so I'll agree with you today, but after today, I will not acknowledge that I said something nice about Heather. But yeah, I think Heather is a huge part of why the CVABC and its members are so successful. That's my Christmas present to you. I'm going to talk nice about you for 5 minutes.
Well, I appreciate that, but honestly, I think the reason that the CVABC is successful is our members, and that's because we get a lot of support from them, and they support each other, and I think that is a big piece of it. You go with, like, we were talking about COVID with the marketing thing, and I think outside of the box a lot, and I think that's where some of it comes into, because I feel if you keep things stagnant, if it's always the same, then you're really not going anywhere. And I'll even say now, I get people that say, well, I don't have the money to market. And I'll always say, well, you don't have the money not to, because if people don't know who you are and what you're doing, then you might as well just you're not relevant. And that's kind of what we have to do. And that's why we try and offer as much as we do with the co-op marketing and things that we do to help our members remain relevant, because we want people to know who they are.
And you've also got to look at your marketing. Like if you say like, oh, I can't afford to market right now, you've also got to look at it as you're not going to do a business and not invest into it, either your time, your money, whatever. So marketing is an investment if it's the right kind of marketing. So, if you are listening to this and you're like, well, I haven't joined the CVABC or chamber or whatever group you want to be a part of, because there are a lot of different ones out there, different fits for different people. But I love how welcoming the CVABC is to all business sizes. So if you are like, I can't afford to do that, you've got to invest in your business, getting into where you can network with other business owners. And I can't tell you how many ideas I've implemented in my office because of talking to someone who does something completely different than me that says, well, I started doing this to encourage my employees. Or Brown's Heating and Air is one of them. Brown's Heating and Air, they did they took a day, they closed down the business completely. They took their guys to lunch. They took them bowling. They did a couple other, they had a whole day.
Wow.
And so and we use them for our heating and air needs as well. And so when they come to the house, I always ask, like, so I know Brandon, like, how do you like working for him? And they're like, oh, like every single time, he's fantastic. He's great. He's great to work for. He really appreciates us and works with us to make sure that we have a good work environment. And that's important. So, learning those things of like, hey, taking some time, it may not make sense for your business to do this, like closing down for a day and taking your employees out to have a good time. But the difference that they make in when they go into homes and things, it sets the whole reputation for your business that builds more business. So, it's you can learn a lot from other business owners just from being in a networking group where you can talk to them and get ideas. So,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I love what I do. And yeah.
Thank you for all you do, really. I don't know if you get enough thanks for what you do, but I know that you're up late and you're up early and you're just always about the businesses. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you do.
Thank you. And I don't know if you got a chance to hear, but Megan is my new office coordinator. So you get to see Megan
Nice to meet you,
working with me a lot now. And so hopefully Megan will also be a big part of why everyone loves the CVABC soon, because she'll be jumping in and we'll be having ideas and thinking outside of the box together.
Yeah.
And don't forget to sign me up now for the Women's Empowerment.
I will not. I will not.
Yeah. Trip me as I leave here today and sign something.
Gotcha.
there you go. There you go.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Donna, for joining us today. And
Thank you.
we appreciate all you do. And again, thank you for your service once again.
Thank you, dear. I appreciate that.
I do want to really quickly just touch on those parades. I don't know. Did you talk about them any last week?
I didn't. I said that they were great events, and Sheena managed to go through the parade twice.
She did. That cracked me up.
She may have had a little elf that instigated her. She came up and she's like, I could ride with you in the parade. I'm like, girl, you were driving a Mustang convertible, so go hop back in it and get behind me. And so she did. So a lot of people thought they were imagining things because they saw Mrs. Santa. Oh, she wasn't officially Mrs. Santa. She was dressed as in a little outfit, whatever, driving the little Mustang through there twice. So
yeah, I was live streaming and I was like, wait, are you back again? And she was like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I do want to thank both the Lynchburg and Bedford communities for two fabulous parades.
Yeah.
Biggest parades we have ever had in the 5 years I have been running both of those parades, not just in entries, but also in attendance. These streets were
packed.
Wow. In Bedford, it was like people were like 5 rows deep, like trying to watch the parade.
Yeah. And that's a long parade route.
Same in Lynchburg. It is a long parade route.
So, and I'm going to wrap myself out a little bit. I parked behind Hill City Electrical because I was behind them in the parade and looked down at my gas gauge and it's like, hey, you need gas. I'm like, oh, this is probably a bad thing. Good thing I drive a hybrid in the parade. So I still had 60 miles, but it flashed up yellow and I'm like, oh, this is just great. Like, this is typical Mike, forgot to get gas, whatever. But it was great. And then the Lynchburg parade so there were so many entries that Sheena drove. Was she second, third, first?
She was the third.
She was the third car. She got to drive the Mustang convertible that was loaned to us by Terry Subaru. So thank you to them for that. And she got to drive the mayor through the parade in the convertible.
Oh, wow.
And had a great time with the mayor. So, we're now we're on the end with that, I guess. So she went through the parade and she got the mayor back to the stadium to her car and she came running up and we had not moved and Sheena was done going through the parade. That's how long the parade was and how many entries there were. And I was like, that's fantastic that there's that much going through there. Because when I saw that the parade was from 4 to 7, I'm like, so typically I was in the front before. So we were done really early and I was home by 5 o'clock and it started at 4. But being in the back, it was, and so it was interesting talking to other people who had floats and things like that. It's almost like tailgating for the people who are in the parade. So next year I'm bringing a grill. No, but we had a lot of fun, even though, we didn't start moving until probably at 5:30 when we finally started people moving. There are so many floats and things. Thank you to the city for letting us use the stadium for that. Because I don't think there's anywhere else in Lynchburg that would hold
sure enough it's not.
Those many entries. And and we were all the way down at the end, down by where the Humane Society used to be. So, it snaked all through it took the entire place to do it. So it's such a great thing to be able to fit that many entries into the parade and make it such a great event for the city of Lynchburg. As well. But the Bedford parade was also amazing. That was great. And Sheena and I actually went back for the tree lighting this year in Bedford and did the carriage rides and things like that. And we had a whole day of it and it was so much fun. I may have gone into the yarn store and spent a little bit too much for Christmas gifts for people in my family that knit, and also went into a couple antique stores and found some things for my office. So, but yeah, it was a great day. Just shopping local, being local, and things like that. So.
Yeah, and I will say this is the first year. Both parades took almost 2 hours to get through. Like that's how big they were. So a big thank you to the town of Bedford, the city of Lynchburg, all the resources they allow us to use with the police, the public works, the electric, the sheriff's departments, all those. Big thank you to them. Another huge thank you to Blue Ridge Community Church's parking team.
Oh, they're amazing.
They come out and help us in Centerfest, but they also help me at the Bedford Parade. Those men get there with me at 7 a.m. and help us corral all the entries into the correct lineup, and they are hilarious. And they're
let me
great.
tell you, they get the people into the right spots. But they also take time to talk to people and get to know them a little bit. Like, how many years have you done the parade? And I'm like, I don't even know. Like, I just show up and do what I'm told. I think it's 5 or 6 years, something like that. But it's great that they actually go through and they're not just like park here and don't go past this spot and all that. But they actually try to get to know the people who are in the parade and the different organizations. So I hope they do this forever because they are a great asset to making the parade go smoothly.
Yeah, so just wanted to kind of hang those out there. If you are interested in maybe being in next year's parade, start checking both Lynchburg and Bedford's Facebook pages, the Christmas Parade Facebook pages. We normally announce applications open in July. That's how early we have to start planning and getting applications in. So we usually have our themes ready by July, and look into that.
And people don't just show up on the day of and kind of get in a spot.
That's correct.
It takes a lot of time to get everything worked out. And because we had horses and there was a horse-drawn carriage in front of me.
We had a huge monster truck.
Yeah.
So we had a
Cash's
lot of
garage. I forgot about that when I pulled into the stadium. I was like, oh my gosh, what is that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. So, so if you're interested, we'd love to have you join us next year. I'll keep making it bigger and better. If you're interested in being a sponsor of the parade, you can always contact us now and get ready for that. We always, have the big banners and things that we put out for our sponsors, and it helps us to make the parade bigger and better. And then,
and if you're like, I don't have a business or I don't have something that I could do in the parade, but you're like, I could really come and help the day of the parade.
Yes, you could.
We're always looking for volunteers, and it's a great thing. And I'll tell you what, next year, I'm going to say this, and I don't have any permission, or I haven't talked to you about this 10 times.
Okay, that's fine.
But if you sign up to volunteer for the Christmas parade, we'll even get you a CVABC t-shirt that says 2024 Christmas parade. We're going to make that happen.
I like that.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
nice.
So
yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest. If you look at, especially the Lynchburg parade, and Mike can testify to this, I had no help. I mean, it was myself and Autumn, and then I had 2 of our members came in last minute because they met me after the Bedford parade Saturday, and they were like, "You did all this without any help," and I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Where can we be tomorrow to help you?"
Right.
And so they did show up, and I cannot thank Beth and her husband enough for being there.
Yeah.
But when you a parade that big with 2 people, I mean, it's crazy. It's a lot of work. I bet you I walked from one end of the stadium to the other at least 30 sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a lot. And I literally felt like that train ran over me by the time it was over.
Yes.
Like that's how I felt by the end of it. So,
Yeah, but so if you want to be a volunteer next year, I'm going to work it out. We're going to get some t-shirts, even if it's just got to say Visiting Angels on it.
Sounds good.
Shirt sponsor or something.
Say Woody Watts.
There you go.
Yeah, Woody Watts.
Grove Street FM.
Yeah.
Actually, that would be a great for the Bedford parade.
That
Woody.
is a good idea. Yeah.
So
Be happy to.
speaking of Woody Watts,
Oh gosh, here we go.
Let's talk about Woody.
let's talk about why.
I don't know.
Woody, where are you leaving us to off to?
Going to the Wilderness Lodge.
So
Beautiful.
I
In
would-
Disney?
I would like to quote Woody from a previous episode.
Oh gosh.
And it may have been from Love and Lace's podcast when I was the guest on there, but he says, "I'm not one of these deranged Disney adults,"
But he is.
I
am.
I am.
but he is.
I absolutely am now.
He is.
So I just got back from my trip.
So we've had a text in asking that the T-shirt next year for the parades, they would like to have Woody's picture on it.
What is all this love coming from? Oh wait, what picture are they talking about? They probably talking.
Probably the one that was on Facebook today.
Which, if you haven't seen it,
It's amazing.
yeah, I like that outfit.
And let me also just say real quick about the parade. I do a big thank you to my judges in Bedford and Lynchburg area, because without them, we couldn't judge our floats. So yes, big thank you to you guys.
Good thing they're judgy people.
Judgy people. So, but yeah, so Woody's heading out
Yes, heading out
on a vacation
tonight, tomorrow morning. Yeah.
But you're gonna be back by next Wednesday, right?
But for this you never
fabulous
know.
podcast.
I'm a Disney freak, so
Yeah.
who knows?
Well, I almost thought I wasn't coming. I always thought I wasn't coming. I thought I was going to be stuck in Disney for a while.
No.
So, yeah, well, we just had a little bit of a medical thing. You know, we've been enjoying Disney for, we were down there for a week. We went to Universal for a couple days, and then we went to Disney. And you guys know I work with Minnie's Travel Boutique on the side, and I do, I'm a Disney travel planner, and I like to go down there and just kind of get info and content and learn all the new things. But then I was down there with my family, so that was fun. But yeah, our last day there, my husband ended up having an issue. We had to go to the emergency room by ambulance, and I was worried they were going to keep him there for some surgery, but ended up the doctor was able to kind of fix what we needed enough to kind of put a Band-Aid so we can get back here and do surgery. But I will say a huge, huge shout out to Advent Celebration Hospital down there. Amazing medical care while we were there. Amazing. Just fabulous. So I'll say that. And then Woody, did you see the picture of on my Facebook of Riley and who she got to meet?
Oh my God, I meant to say something.
So
Did
how
you
did that
see
feel?
that?
we have a little text group, and Heather posted that picture, and I legit didn't answer the group because I was salty because
That's amazing.
Neil Patrick Harris,
That's legendary.
Dairy. Wait for it.
Legendary.
So, for those who've never heard me say this, one of my daughter's favorite actors is Neil Patrick Harris. She loves him. She has seen How I Met Your Mother a million times, which I'm not sure what that says about me as a mom. It's not the best show for a youngster. I'll say it. I'll come out. I don't have anything I have rabbit ears, so I get like 4 channels.
At least she knows. At least she knows that nothing good happens after 2 a.m.
Nothing good happens after 2 a.m. That is correct. But anyway, she just absolutely loves him. And we've gone a couple of years, and he always is one of the narrators at the candlelight processional at Epcot.
Okay.
And last year I was down there at the same time he was, but I didn't go watch, because she'd wanted me to take a picture of him while I was down there. And then this year he was down there at the same time, but he was supposed to be for the 3 days he was doing the candlelight processional were not the 3 days we were going to be in Epcot. So we weren't going to be able to just snag a picture at the candlelight thing. So one morning we just happened to be at the lobby, and, big thank you to my son because he bought a new Magic Band, and we were down there getting all of his Magic Band stuff switched over.
Yep.
And so we're standing in the lobby, and him and I are sitting there, and my husband and Riley and Autumn and them were over at the lobby doors, and I see this guy come in with his kids and walked up, and all the the bellhop and all the people at the front were just so excited to see him. They gave him a big hug, and I looked at Hunter. I was like, "Is that Neil Patrick Harris?" And he looked over. He's like, "Who? No." And took me a minute, and I kind of kept looking at him, and then he kind of turned, and it wasn't just his profile, and I was like, "Oh my God, yes it is." I fangirl beeline to him in 2 seconds. And as I was walking past Riley, I just grabbed her arm and I was like, "Come on." And we go over there, and I was surprised nobody else had noticed it. Nobody else was looking at him. And I guess because he wasn't making a scene.
You don't really expect to see Neil Patrick Harris while you're at Disney on vacation.
And I didn't want to make a scene. I didn't want to all of a sudden get him trampled. So he was starting to walk off towards the gift shop. And I just was I said, "Mr. Harris." And he turned around, looked at me. I was like, "I don't want to bring a lot of attention to you." I was like, "But you are hands down this child's favorite actor." I said, "Can I please get a picture with you and her?" And he was like, "Yeah, absolutely." So he posed with her for a quick picture, and then he took off into the gift shop with his family, and away we went. And that picture is now my daughter's screensaver, home
I bet it
screen,
is.
everything. And if you've seen the picture, her face, you can just see
She's
the
in another
utter
universe.
joy on her face from being able to meet him. And she just looked at me and she was like, "I can't believe that just happened, Mom." And I was like, "I honestly cannot believe it either." And then apparently the next day, my husband ran into him in the gift shop. Again, he must like the gift shop. But he saw him and he said, and Riley was like, "You didn't say anything to him?" And he goes, "No, we made eye contact and I nodded and he nodded and that was enough. That's what men do. We don't fangirl and go over and ask for his picture and stuff." And I said, "Whatever."
If I had been there, I would have made a scene.
Yeah.
Fangirl Mike.
So, yep. So we talked last week, Woody, remember about the Rise of the Resistance
We sure
and
did.
how we wrote it my wife and I wrote it 4 times
And I was
before
angry
10:30.
later and-
And then
Yeah,
Heather got on it
got on
and it
me.
broke down. So my wife just texted me. She said, we get to ride Rise of the Resistance 4 times in a row, but she got to meet Neil Patrick Harris. So I think we're even.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Funny story though about that. We
you got
got
on Rise of the Resistance and it broke down again, didn't it?
it all day.
Oh,
The entire day we got it, and we were just getting ready to leave because when Chris got sick, the Rise had just opened back up, and that was at about 2 in the afternoon.
Okay.
And we were getting ready to. He was like, "I'm not riding." He was like, "But you and Hunter and Riley go ahead and do it, and I'll just sit out here." Well, by the time we got off, Autumn and them had already rushed him to the buses because he was getting worse, and so we ended up riding it. But like when we had a 9 a.m. lightning lane. Immediately broke down.
And it broke down.
And Hunter looked at me. He's like, "You've got to be kidding me." And I'm
So
like,
the
"I think
lesson
it's you,
to be
dude."
learned here is that you shouldn't go to Disney without me and Sheena.
Yeah, or I shouldn't go with Hunter because it always breaks down when Hunter's with me.
Oh, you know,
Autumn and I have never had the problem when it's just her and I. We ride it all the time.
gotcha.
But I mean, I will say I got to do a lot of things this time around I hadn't done before, which was nice. I'd never seen Phantasmic, so I got to watch Phantasmic.
Oh, that's cool.
There's a new fireworks show, Luminous, at Epcot. And we got to do that. It's Festival of the Holidays. We got to try a bunch of the really cool festival drinks and food there. The new statue of Walt opened up in Disney, the Dreamer statue they have in the garden. So a lot of the walls are up. So we got to do that. We got to do the Moana Journey of Water, which was something new. So a lot of new things. I got to ride Galaxy twice, which was the best ever.
Wow.
Still best ride in all of Disney. I don't care if you think so or not, but it's great. Have you ridden that yet, Woody?
I have not.
Oh,
I know.
Woody, what?
I'm not. I get real sick.
It's not. It's
So
not bad.
I need to just bite it and just do it at the end of the day or something.
Yeah, you do. It's really not, in my opinion. I mean, it's not bad.
Okay.
I mean, Autumn gets sick, like motion sickness, really bad, and
Yeah.
she can do it.
And
easy.
she did it.
Yeah,
Okay.
not this time because she's pregnant, so she
Yeah,
can
not
get on
this time.
a lot of the rides.
Okay.
But anyway, I hope you enjoy your trip,
Thank you very much. I
and
appreciate
you
that.
and Laura have a great time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So
Yep. And thank you to Donna Four from, oh my gosh, I just blanked.
mutual Omaha.
Yeah, Mutual of Omaha. I'm sorry about that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Donna Four from Mutual of Omaha. Thank you, Megan, for joining us
Thank
today.
you.
It was great to have you. And
Yeah, and until next week, we hope you'll join us December 20th. We've got we got Mary from Critter Control,
Okay.
and we have Sammy with Sunburst Vinyl. They've been on the show a couple times, and it's also my birthday, so I want everybody to tune in and hang out with me on my birthday. I'm hoping to get snacks so we can all eat food because that's always fun. And until next time, you can always check out upcoming events and things that we are doing at Central Virginia Business Coalition at
cvabc.org.